Missing the absolute bottom of a real estate cycle usually means the opportunity is gone. Once prices move past that floor, the entry window closes. But the rollout of Chrysalis 2.0 creates a specific mathematical fallback. It effectively resets the timeline, letting you access that same entry position. To execute this, you only need two numbers: your target square footage and the total liquid capital you have ready for portfolio expansion. We are going to map out the financial breakdown. As we run the numbers, you will see that the actual out-of-pocket cash required for Phase 2 is practically identical to Phase 1. Investors often walk away when they think they missed the bottom. That is an emotional reaction. We are going to rely on market mathematics to show you exactly how to exploit the current pricing. Developers use staggered pricing across project phases to reward early buyers. As the project matures, the base rate per square foot naturally increases. When Chrysalis Phase 1 launched, the baseline entry rate was 8,000 rupees per square foot. This chart compares the original price with the new Chrysalis 2.0 base rate, which sits at 8,500 rupees per square foot. That 500 rupee gap is where investors usually pause. A price hike across a large floor plan looks like a massive penalty for entering late. But focusing on that total asset cost is what we call the face value fallacy. If you are using a structured payment plan, the total sticker price is completely irrelevant to your strategy. What matters is your liquid leverage. This is the exact amount of cash you actually need to deploy to hold your position, regardless of what the final property value is. If you evaluate this solely on the top-line base rate, you are obscuring the actual capital required to play the market. To bypass paying that full 8,500 rupee base rate, we use a specific timeline called the turnkey exit strategy. The standard and often flawed assumption in real estate is that you must hold the property until construction is finished and pay 100% of the cost. On this payment timeline, you will use the optimized investor plan. Stop advancing capital exactly at the 40% threshold. This marker is when you liquidate. Surrounding infrastructure matures here, driving up buyer demand. By capping your payments at this point, you prevent your cash from getting trapped in the final construction phases. It keeps the rest of your portfolio highly liquid. The objective here is not to own a completed unit for the next decade. You are simply acquiring a 40% entry window to capture the asset's early appreciation. Now, let's calculate the actual out-of-pocket capital you need, starting with the original Phase 1 pricing under this 40% exit rule. Phase 1's 8,000 rupee base rate, multiplied by our 0.40 cap, yields a 3,200 rupee lock-in. Applying that 40% limit to Chrysalis 2.0's 8,500 rupee rate brings the capital to 3,400 rupees. Comparing these, the true project gap is exactly 200 rupees per square foot. That minor 200 rupee variance in liquidity neutralizes the initial sticker shock of the 500 rupee headline increase. Pay a fraction of the premium to secure your position. Get the entry comfort of the original launch while operating safely inside the Phase 2 cycle. The math proves the entry barrier has not climbed out of reach. The numbers dictate that this is the optimal point to step in. Step 1 for execution is to map this formula directly onto your own portfolio expansion targets. Look at this worksheet structure. Determine your required unit size, then multiply that space by the 3,400 rupee capital requirement to find your precise lock-in figure. The immediate risk is timing. Once the current inventory tier fills up, the developer will trigger the next scheduled price revision. Take your calculated lock-in number directly to your broker, or log into the booking portal right now to claim your allocation. Missing the initial launch of Phase 1 was a simple oversight, but failing to lock in this pre-appreciation pricing with the math fully mapped out is a conscious surrender of capital gain.